In the year 1755, Lisbon was the place to be. It wasn't just a city, it was the center of the entire world. For 600 years, Portugal had been building an empire, and all that wealth ended up right here.
3 more ships from Brazil, Captain? The King's vaults won't hold it all.
Every major trade route on the planet led to the Tagus River, making the King of Portugal the richest man in Europe. It was a city that felt like it would last forever, protected by a faith as solid as the stone cathedrals themselves. But beneath the seabed, a clock was ticking. In less than an hour, the heartbeat of the world would stop. It is Saturday, November 1st, a holy day called All Saints' Day. Every church in Lisbon is packed to the doors. The air is thick with the smell of smoke and the heat from 30,000 beeswax candles. Thousands of people are standing shoulder to shoulder in the dim light. All you can hear is the low, heavy sound of Latin chants vibrating through the stone walls. Then, at 9:40 in the morning, the ground moved. The source was a magnitude 8.5 earthquake, the largest ever to strike Europe. The energy was so violent that it rippled across the entire continent. Inside the cathedral, the roof began to tear open. Panic turned into a stampede. Thousands of people ran for the back of the church, desperate to reach the street. For 6 agonizing minutes, the earth didn't just shake. It destroyed 80% of the whole city. As the city collapsed behind them, thousands surged toward the Tagus River. The survivors reached the docks only to find something strange. The Tagus River had simply vanished. In the mud, the secrets of an empire lay waiting. Desperate survivors ignored the warning signs, scrambling into the silt to claim whatever the tide had left behind. 40 minutes later, the water came back. A wall of it. In the streets, people were suffering. They held on to useless pieces of furniture, desperate to survive. Buildings that once were the pride and joy of Lisbon fell in a matter of seconds. The fires burned for 5 days. 30 to 40,000 dead. 85% of the city's buildings gone. The grand palaces, the libraries, the history of a global empire were now absolutely gone, swept away by the sea and consumed by the flame. To prevent a plague, thousands of bodies were gathered and sent to the sea, while the first soup kitchens appeared amidst the rubble. People started asking a tough question. How could God let a city be destroyed while people were praying? Thinkers like Voltaire stopped looking up at the heavens and started looking down at the dirt for answers. From the wreckage, a new science was born. The King's team sent out the first ever scientific survey to study seismology. Lisbon was a warning that the world heard loud and clear. From London to Brazil, the news of the Great Wave and the falling city forced every major capital to rethink how they were built. But while the rest of the world debated the tragedy, the Marquis of Pombal was busy turning Lisbon into a living laboratory. There is a reason the heart of Lisbon feels so uniform today. After the disaster, the Marquis of Pombal didn't just rebuild, he made strict new rules. The government banned the tall, top-heavy stone towers of the past that had crushed thousands. Every new building in the Baixa district was forced to follow a strict mathematical code. They were limited to exactly 4 stories, ensuring they weren't too heavy for the ground to hold. Every building was wrapped around a Pombaline Cage, a flexible wooden skeleton made of X shapes that could sway without snapping. It was the world's first mass-produced earthquake-proof design. Lisbon didn't just rebuild its streets, it rebuilt the way we see our world. Today, it stands as a monument to the moment humanity used science to conquer tragedy.